welcome to Lynn's Recipes. Today I wanted to make a cake for you, and it's called a do-nothing cake. And I've had this recipe for a really long time, and the only reason I can think of that it's called a do-nothing cake is because it's so simple to do. To make the cake part of this, you will need these ingredients. You'll need all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, a large can of crushed pineapple with the juice, 2 eggs, salt, baking soda, and vanilla. To do the icing part of the cake, you'll need sugar, evaporated milk, butter, and after you've made that part, you'll add coconut and chopped pecans to it. You'll also need a 9x13-inch baking pan that I have sprayed with cooking spray. To get started making this cake, I have already put my flour in the bowl, and I've beaten my eggs a little bit to make it easier for them to incorporate into the batter. And so the next thing we're going to do is just simply put all of the rest of the ingredients in the bowl. Oops. Eggs. This is salt, baking soda, and vanilla. And what we do is just basically stir this all together until it's mixed really well. Okay, so my batter's all mixed up good. So now what I'm going to do is pour it into my prepared pan here. So now what I'm going to do is put this in a preheated 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start my icing while my cake is still cooking. It has about 10 minutes left. So I'm going to start by putting my stick of butter, my evaporated milk, and my sugar in this pot. And I'm going to bring this to a boil and let it cook and then I'm going to turn it down, and then I'm going to let it cook for 5 minutes. The icing's boiling, so I'm going to turn the heat down and let it cook for 5 minutes. My cake is done. I tested it with a cake tester and it came out clean, and it did cook for 30 minutes. Now my icing is still cooking. The recipe for this cake calls for the icing to be poured on the cake while the cake is still hot. So I'm going to finish that on the stove, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we get the icing finished up, and we'll pour it on the cake. Okay, I've taken my icing off the stove, and this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is add my chopped pecans and my coconut. I'm going to stir this all together. And now what we're simply going to do is pour this over our hot cake. Take my spoon and spread it out. And there it is. So what I'm going to do now is just let it completely cool before I serve it. So my cake is cooled, and now I want to cut a piece of it and show you what it looks like on a plate. So we'll just do that real quick. It's nice and moist. So this is my do-nothing cake. I hope you enjoy it.